Let's just redo the intro. We'll call it DeRailed. I like that. Welcome to episode 1 of the DeRailed podcast. We're calling this episode Pilot because we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. We're just trying to get into this world, trying to dip our hands in different avenues. I'm your host, Nirmit, alongside my co-host, Christian Chandler.
What's going on, everybody?
And this is going to be a casual guest of ours. Our producer does not want to classify him as a co-host due to contractual reasons. I'm excited for this episode, though. Round 2, you know what I mean?
Round 2.
Speaking of rounds, how about that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, right?
I say it's going to go max 2 rounds.
2 rounds?
Really?
Yeah.
Iron Mike.
You know Roy Jones has been fighting, right? He hasn't taken a break.
He hasn't stopped? How old is Roy Jones?
He's like 45, right?
He's
He's 50s.
50s?
Yeah. They're similar age.
Mike's been looking good on the pads, but everybody says everybody looks good on the pads.
No, I'm saying 2 rounds. I didn't say who wins. I say it's not going to go past 2 rounds.
Who?
Who you got winning?
I got Tyson.
I
got Tyson.
Roy Jones is 51.
51 and Mike's 50, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Roy Jones never stopped?
Nah, he was doing like amateur stuff.
Amateur stuff? Got you.
He has more wins and knockouts than Tyson.
What's
Tyson's 54, by the way.
Yeah. He's
what's
older.
what's Roy's record?
66 and 7.
How about Mike's?
I think it's 66 and 7. Can we get some clarification?
This is so interesting because a year ago I watched Joe Rogan's podcast and Mike was on there and Joe was like, "Do you still punch? Do you still hit the weights when you're bored?" He said no, because as soon as I start doing it, I'm gonna get addicted. I'm gonna try to want to prove people wrong, and that's exactly what happened, which is the crazy part. At age 52, legends, they're already proven. They're solidified in history, and they're doing it again. I mean, you gotta salute it. They definitely don't need to do this.
He's starting.
There's
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What's their records?
Tyson's 50 and 6.
50 and 6, and Roy.
Roy Jones Jr.'s record is
What is it?
Are you good? Dude, it keeps. I gotta do better research.
I mean, I diverted just so you could pull it up.
You guys just keep talking while I
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I also
the sky was especially blue today.
I know he's had 75 fights. That's crazy.
75
fights.
66 and 7.
He's gonna have some
66 and
real
9,
head trauma.
yeah. 66 and 9.
Well,
Wow. So you were close.
Yeah.
I got Mike Tyson winning as well. Why would he take this fight if he didn't think it was a short thing?
Now, if
I think probably just for money. I mean, everybody's gonna watch.
it's for charity.
Is it for charity?
Yep.
You don't think they're making anything off of it?
Obviously,
I don't think so.
they're making money. man,
Yeah.
Tyson
for sure.
said he's not.
I mean, he doesn't need the money, but I definitely think that they're probably making
he's
money.
starting that Legends League or something like that,
Is he?
where like older legends of their respected sports come back and play
Really?
and come back into their sports.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, so
That's
that's all the
hard.
promotion for it. Yeah, it's
That's hard.
pretty sick.
So he's gonna do basically Ice Cube's Big 3 League, but in all sports.
Yeah, that's his goal. Yeah.
That's sick. That's sick. Because a lot of people, that's gonna give them that nostalgic feeling of.
Mhm.
Because for me, it's like a lot of my favorite players retired.
Yeah.
Kobe, rest in peace. Derek Jeter, A-Rod, I loved them growing up. Tex, Swisher, all that whole Yankees crew. Calvin, I used to love watching Calvin Johnson. Eli, all these people that we grew up watching, they retired for the most part. Last one left, I'd say, is probably Braun and Tom Brady. I mean, since we've been watching since we were kids, Drew Brees. A lot.
Like,
Still got
it's-
AP.
So for guys that were born in the 40s like Mike, you know, seeing their childhood heroes back in their arenas, that's one like you can't beat that.
Yeah, I saw the other day. I watched the Texas Longhorns alumni game, and
Right.
Roger Clemens opened the game for him.
No.
He was throwing like 86.
Still?
Like, off rip, yeah. I think it was like 83 to 86 or something.
That's
But
crazy,
to
man.
be that, because he played with both of his sons in the game, which is pretty cool. But I feel like that was just fun to watch. 'Cause
Right.
It's like, wow, like I never ever got to see that. Like,
Right.
Because I'm too young. Like I didn't get.
Right.
But I think if this does like eventually, I mean I don't know facts on it or just exactly what they're doing, but I know I saw a promotion for it, and I think it'll be pretty cool.
Dang straight.
Yeah.
Back to Mike and Roy, though. Mike. Anonymous Mike. I know you watched boxing growing up. You didn't?
Go ahead.
You used to box, right?
Go ahead.
You used to box. But my thing
I
is...
didn't used to box. I boxed with a professional once. Not a
Oh.
professional, but an amateur.
You got your ass kicked, right?
I got hit in the stomach, yes. I wasn't trained.
Man, would I pay good money for that video clip.
Oh man.
Do you have it on video?
But
No.
did you watch Mike back when he was in his prime at all?
A little bit.
Little bit?
I mean, I watched all his knockouts.
You watched all his knockouts like
Yeah.
back on YouTube,
I
right?
also watched the Evander Holyfield fight
Did you?
where he bit his ear off twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was
that fight ruined his career, really. 'Cause after that, he went down. He went down.
I
hard.
remember a few years ago there was like a or Foot Locker commercial where he had a case and he went to his door and was like, "Here's your ear. I'm sorry for what I did to you." that was so funny to me.
Right.
But
Yeah.
what I was gonna ask you is, what's your prediction, since you probably like watched them? We didn't really get to watch them.
I'll say that Mike Tyson's probably, I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough fight. I mean, Roy Jones been boxing the whole time, so
All right.
Mike
Right.
Tyson, I think, will win just because he's got that power.
Right. Mike
I
Tyson's
don't
just
think he's going to just lose that power.
yeah. I don't think so either.
The
He's one
only
of the greatest
thing-
boxers ever, debatably the greatest, right?
The only thing that Mike Tyson has to worry about is his stamina. If it goes past 2 rounds, he ain't going to
Yeah,
make it.
yeah, yeah. That is an advantage Roy has, since he has not stopped fighting. So that's an advantage that he does possess.
But they made this fight 8 rounds, so
I still think after 2, he's going to be toast.
I don't know. His training video.
Yeah, it looks like he's been training
it's
hard.
a different ball game when you get on the mat or in the ring.
That is true.
Trust me. I mean, you tried to wrestle, didn't you, Chandler?
I just went to open mat and waxed everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you get in a match, practice is nothing like a real match, dude.
Yeah.
After the first period, 2 minutes going nonstop, dude, you're drained.
But I'm sure
After you're trained. So I can imagine not being, like you said, he wasn't doing it. So.
I'm sure his trainers got him going crazy in spar sessions, though.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I still think his fitness won't be up to par for in match, in
You don't think
ring. No,
I feel like since
it's
there's not going to be a
different.
crowd that
I'm
might,
No, I'm telling you, as a former wrestler, that the in-ring matches, if you're not staying involved in it, your stamina is not going to be there.
Right. There could be an adrenaline dump as well, since it's his first time back in.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a recent interview, and he found out he's Congolese. He's from the Congo. That's where his heritage is.
What, I don't even know
Mike
what that is.
Tyson,
What's
the
the Congolese?
Congo.
So what's that have to
They
do
like
with
fight gorillas.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they've been at war forever. Like,
Wow.
Because they're fighters.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think I watched the promotion for the fight, and he said something like, "I have like 2 egos in me. One of them's like, humble yourself. You're respected in this. Just handle yourself." And then he said the other one's like, "Kill him, like go for his head, or something like that." I don't remember the exact words, but I feel like that's Tyson's biggest strength is he has something in his head that he can just like flip on and off.
Really?
Yeah, but I think all athletes have that. All professional athletes have that switch.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a factor.
I don't
I
think
de-
all.
I
I think the
definitely-
greatest of the great have that switch.
I definitely think it will. I think it'll be a factor, especially when he puts those gloves back on. It's like throwing Thor's hammer for like after he hasn't had it in God knows how long. That's what I think is gonna happen.
I think if Mike hits him early, it's gonna be over. If
Yeah.
it goes long, it's gonna be Roy Jones' fight.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Speaking of Mike, did you guys know that Jamie Foxx is about to play him? They're doing a movie on Mike, and Jamie Foxx is about to play him like in his younger days. I also saw this on Joe Rogan. Jamie was explaining it. He's a really good storyteller. He was explaining like the intro scene, and you could literally like, it's almost like you watched the first scene already. The way he described it, it's actually crazy. But I think Jamie's like probably the best guy to play him. Jamie,
I disagree. Well, I don't now.
who would you say?
I'd say Michael B. Jordan.
He's already done a boxing.
Yeah,
role.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying by now. But
You think he
I
would?
don't
You
know.
think he'd play Mike
Well,
Tyson
yeah.
better?
Nah, Jamie Foxx sounds just like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, because he can do
Yeah,
his voice real
yeah,
good.
yeah,
He
that-
can.
That or Chadwick Boseman.
But he can't. I mean, Jamie Foxx is proven to have that voice locked
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a point. Yeah, I just think Chadwick's real hot right now in the whole acting scene.
Yeah,
I mean, is he though?
Jamie
What?
Foxx is
What's he
hot.
done since Avengers?
42,
42. No, that's old though.
What about that movie that came
22,
out?
22 Bridges.
But I mean, well, that's true because
Right.
what's Jamie done in the last few years? I don't think he's done anything.
I think Jamie Foxx is really good in that Spider-Man movie.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, well, I don't, yeah.
Recently, I just watched the.
What's Spider-Man? movie?
What's Spider-Man movie?
The Amazing Spider-Man 2. He played Electro.
He was in there.
Yeah.
Wow. Recently, me and him just watched the Django for the first
Isn't
time.
it amazing?
Django Unchanged.
Oh, not for the first time. That was your first
Oh,
time.
my first time.
I
Okay.
watched it the other day too.
Hold
Great
on.
place to watch it.
So good. So good.
Isn't the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie like the old movies?
No,
The old Spider-Man movies?
That's the Sam Raimi trilogy with Tobey Maguire. The second
Yeah.
one. The second one.
Those are the old ones.
No, the second. There's 3 sets of Spider-Man.
This
Yeah.
one's with Tom Holland, right?
No, this one is with.
It's not Tom Holland?
No,
I thought it
I
was.
think it's...
it's not Tobey Maguire. I'm having a brain fart.
He'll look it up for you. Don't worry.
This is why we need to study.
No, look
nah,
it up.
we probably wouldn't have brought something like this up though.
No,
Yeah.
look it up.
I am
Yeah, just look it up.
working on it.
But in Django, he was really good, man. Really good.
Nah. It's not Andrew Garfield, right?
Yep, it's Andrew Garfield.
He plays Spider-Man?
Yeah, for 2 movies because the first Amazing Spider-Man happened because Sam Raimi wouldn't follow what Fox was telling him they wanted to do in the movie, so they dropped it. And that's why Spider-Man 3 was so bad. The last Tobey Maguire one is because he only wanted to have Sandman as the villain in that movie. But they pushed and pushed and pushed to have Venom in it because that's what they thought from the comics. That's what all the people wanted to see.
Right.
But that's why it flopped so bad.
Right.
I mean, I say flop, but it made crazy amount of money.
Right.
But reviews and stuff says it's not that good.
Yeah,
Right.
I never watched those movies actually. I just watched the ones with Tobey Maguire.
That's the one I'm
and
talking
the,
about.
And the new ones. No, I'm saying I didn't
okay.
watch the middle ones.
Yeah.
Right.
It had Lizard in the first one and Electro in the second one. So
That's cool. I never knew he played that.
Jamie Foxx actually people knock on it because it wasn't the typical Electro due to the or matching the comics or whatever, but I liked it. He's just a good actor.
He is really good. He was also. I also watched me and you watched that movie together. Him and Michael B. Jordan, the lawyer
Oh,
from
yeah,
Delaware.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
also really good in
I
that.
heard about that. I haven't watched it.
You gotta
yet.
watch it.
My
It's really
sister
good.
watched it.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's really good.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this guy was from Delaware, man. Representing
Who?
Delaware. Milford, Delaware. It's the lawyer. It was the movie Michael B. Jordan.
Stevenson.
Yeah,
what is it?
something. Brian Stevenson.
Brian Stevenson, yeah.
A lawyer. He freed a lot of people that were wrongfully convicted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Back in
yeah,
the day.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Milton, I think.
Yeah,
Milton.
Milton or Milford, one or the other.
Milton.
Milton.
We went to Cape.
Right.
Cape and Lopin, that's near our area. We're not
Yeah.
going to specify our area. But
302 is our area. Anybody makes it out of Delaware, we all support them.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Mike. Who do you think wins? I know you don't watch too much boxing. You watch bits and pieces.
I know Mike Tyson. I don't know Roy Jones.
Everybody knows
Tyson.
Mike Tyson, man. I'm gonna have to say the same thing. I just recently started getting into boxing a little bit, but I'd probably say Mike too. You can call me a hype beast. I don't really know much. I will watch it though.
Hype
I mean,
beast?
hype beast.
What?
Or yeah, hype beast.
Hype
Yeah,
beast
because
is like rocking supreme.
hype beast. I would say hype beast is just like following the trend.
So you're a follower.
For boxing, yeah, I'd say
I
so.
don't think following Tyson.
I don't
is
think
following the
I
trend.
take that word differently. I think hype beast just
Bandwagon. Following bandwagon.
bandwagon hype.
Bandwagon. Yeah,
Okay, there we go.
bandwagon.
There we go. That's a better word.
Hype beast is like, you know what I'm talking about. Oh,
Yeah,
hype
I know what you
beast,
mean.
yeah.
The fanny packs, everybody wearing them, stuff like that. Speaking of that boxing match, did you guys see who's on the undercard?
Did.
You did. Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson.
I'm sick of watching Jake Paul fight.
How did that even happen? How do they?
Nate Robinson called him out a while ago.
Nate Robinson said he needs to fight somebody who can actually fight, and like someone that'll shut him up.
I mean, he's not lying. He's not lying. But the thing is, in Jake's defense, Deji fight that was mutual. They wanted to fight, whatever. Gibb, he never wanted to fight Gibb. KSI was like, if you fight Gibb, then I'll grant you the fight with me if you beat him.
I think KSI will beat him up.
I don't know, dude.
KSI I definitely saw improvement from the first to second fight.
You think so?
100%.
I feel like he fought the same way.
I
I feel like Logan was just being a bitch, dude. He was just not throwing any punches.
Logan's huge, man.
He's huge. That's what I'm saying.
How is he
I
even
feel like
fighting
there's
Nate?
no reason
Nate
that
Robinson?
Logan should not have been able to punch KSI through a wall. There's no reason.
Yeah.
There's no reason. Like, he was just, I don't know, he was too hesitant.
He was like pulling his shots
Extremely
back,
hesitant.
yeah.
And they have this ongoing joke where like, oh, don't can you pass me that, but with your left hand, because I know you don't use your right. Because he was just jabbing. That's it. He was just sticking with his jab. And then the 2 points, that's debatable. A lot of people don't agree with it. A lot of people in the boxing realm. But that's all old stuff. That's all old stuff. Jake Paul, Nate Robinson. This is an interesting fight to say the least. Jake's definitely got the height advantage. Nate's definitely got the athletic advantage.
I think Jake should realize he's going against a world-class athlete.
Yeah, that is very
like
true.
a different level than he's ever fought.
And Nate's
Yeah,
stamina is going to be on another level, man. It really is, because he runs up and down the court 48 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, he's no slouch. He's probably in game shape, like, to be in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm pretty a year or two ago he was trying to get back in the league.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Mike?
I need to figure out what the sizes of them are because it seems like a
Jake
mismatch.
Paul's like 6'2". I looked this up. Jake Paul's like 6'2", and Nate Robinson's 5'9".
What's the reach advantage?
Reach ball.
I don't think we have that yet.
What's that 5-inch advantage to Jake Paul, right?
Think
Height.
Yeah.
They're gonna be around the same weight fighting class. I don't know what the fight weight is.
Nate Robinson's quick too. I think he's got it.
He is quick. He is quick. But the only thing, Jake's been boxing for a while, so maybe I don't know.
More
I would
exciting.
definitely give the edge to Nate
Doesn't
Robinson.
he only have 2 fights?
He's got two.
And Jake Paul?
2 fights, yeah. 2
I
fights.
wouldn't say that's a while.
I mean,
But I mean,
he-
it's
he
been
has
like 2-3
fighting.
years.
He's been in the ring before.
Yeah. It's been like 2
Yeah.
years of him training, though. I
But
don't
then
think he
again-
stopped
No.
training.
But then again,
Never.
Nate Robinson has years of, professional.
Training, just not.
Athlete.
Yeah,
but hitting weights is
this
different.
This goes back to my point originally, though. If Jake Paul's been in the ring and Nate Robinson hasn't, it's
Yeah.
a different vibe.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Not the same thing as playing in a basketball
Yeah.
game.
KSI actually has Jake winning, which
Yeah.
is surprising to me.
It's a different ball game. That's all I'm saying.
It is crazy, man. I think that the wingspan advantage, like the height difference, I think that's gonna be in
Jake's favor.
Jake's favor.
If
Yeah,
I
but
had to just,
yeah, Jake's favor for sure.
But if Nate,
I don't
Nate
know.
is quick
Like,
though.
obviously, I
He's
don't know,
swift,
but-
man.
if he's quick and he can just duck and weave, I think I'd be scared if I was Jake if
Yeah.
he got up in my grill.
Right. If Nate's kept up with his stamina, I think he has a really good chance. Like he really does.
is
I think-
anybody really interested in this fight?
And Jake Paul, Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
I say a lot of kids. Like I say a lot of kids. Though.
Teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers.
Teenagers.
Even people I guess
NBA
our
fans.
age as well.
A lot of
NBA fans, yeah. I think
I
that's
just feel like
that's why you get somebody like
these random fights are not interesting to me. It's like bad boxing.
Well,
I mean, you could say it's bad boxing, but Logan Paul and KSI sold out the Staples Center. That's
Nah,
obscene.
I mean, it's good for them. but
that
it's
fight,
good for them, yeah. But I mean,
This fight's not for boxing fans. It's for like other fans. It's not for you.
well, I wouldn't say I'm a boxing fan, but I know the
Right.
difference
No, but okay.
between
it's
a
not,
good fight.
It's not
and-
really for like those kind of people.
right.
It's
I
not
do
really-
that.
if you watch the fight, it wasn't Logan Paul and KSI was not a bad fight by any means. It was an entertaining fight.
I do.
I did watch it.
I do
You
gotta
did?
say though.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't like
wasn't
top notch, obviously.
It
But
wasn't Ryan Garcia fighting, no.
Right. It's
But
not-
it was a decent fight. Like it was like high intensity.
I do want to say though, it is weird that they're opening for legends of boxing. It just seems
Yeah.
a little.
Well, they
off.
probably can't find any. There's probably no real boxers fighting on that card.
No, there probably is.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
What's the rest?
You
of
think
the
it's all
undercard?
YouTubers? Hell no.
No, I'm just saying like no top. Like there's nobody who's gonna fight on that card, and like if they're top 20 boxing, they're not fighting on that card.
Right. Top 20, but they would probably be headliners, wouldn't they?
Top 20?
Yeah. Wait,
Not necessarily.
Ryan Garcia just announced a fight. I'm not sure if it's on that card. He's fighting somebody.
Right now, the only thing I see is that other fight.
Go on, pull up
They-
Ryan Garcia Instagram. I saw that he announced a fight, I think a day or two ago.
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia. You saw. I don't know why he's taking it. Well, I guess he's taking up a fight just to stay in shape. I know him and Javante Davis, right? Yeah, they're supposed to fight because
Ryan-
they've been beefing back and forth a
Javante
lot.
Davis is different.
He's good. He's from
He's
Maryland,
from
Baltimore. Yeah, man. He's scrappy.
So Ryan Garcia is announced a fight with Luke Campbell. I don't think it's
What's the date?
not announced yet.
So the
They're
fight's just
fighting
announced.
soon, but it's not.
Gotcha. So it's not. It might not be on that card.
The,
Ryan
Doesn't
Garcia and
seem
Javante Davis.
I watch Javante Davis a lot.
A lot of people would think Javante for sure.
He throws bombs, dude.
Yeah. Ryan's lightning quick.
Javante's, he's quick too.
Yeah, he is. No doubt. And he's got that dog in him, man. He really does.
He's from Baltimore.
Yeah.
You can tell.
What's up?
I know. Don't say what's I know you guys don't know, but you know who Henry Cejudo is?
Who?
Henry Cejudo.
Henry Cejudo. It sounds familiar.
He's the UFC champ. He's talking about fighting this Ryan Garcia dude
Is
in
he?
a boxing match.
Really?
Yep, UFC. See, I like when McGregor fought Mayweather. I watched that.
Yeah.
That's interesting because
I
they're
thought-
both fighters.
I thought that was closer than it should have been.
Nah, I feel like Floyd was just playing it smart. He's
In
not.
the
And-
early
and-
rounds.
And going,
Floyd could have tore him up. He just wanted to give people a show. He just doesn't. He doesn't want you to spend all that money just for it to.
Yeah.
this is going
He
back.
did the
To,
same thing
this
with
is going back
Pacquiao.
to my point too, though. McGregor got tired,
Yeah.
and he's a trained fighter.
He definitely did get tired.
It's like they're different sports. You train differently.
But
Like,
a lot
you
of
train
people.
differently for basketball than you do for a boxing match.
A lot of
and it-
people. Go ahead.
And even when you prepare like 6 weeks, usually camps are 6 weeks long. It's still not the same as being in the ring. So that's why I think Mike Tyson's going to be at a disadvantage.
A lot of people wouldn't even classify Conor as a tier 1 UFC fighter. A lot of people wouldn't
I would.
because they would say Khabib is levels above. Who's the guy that just beat Masvidal a week ago? Who's Jones's brother? Chandler Jones's brother.
It's not him. Don't say
It's
that.
not. It's not.
It's not him. He didn't beat him, but I'm saying he would also be considered
I
tier
don't
1.
think they
These
wouldn't
guys,
consider him tier
they
1.
say like these
Usman.
guys, Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor, they're more known. They're famous. They're showmans, but they're not the best of the best.
Kamaru Usman just beat
Usman, yeah,
Masvidal.
Usman.
But Masvidal took that fight on 6 days' notice.
I understand that, and
he
that's
was not in shape.
Yeah, no. I agree, 100%.
So he won't get this is my Masvidal, man. If you watch some of his matches or fights,
I know he tore up Nate. He tore Nate up.
Yeah, he's a monster, but
That's what I'm saying. People would say McGregor and Diaz are just below that because they're showmans. That's why they're so known.
nah, they're on the same level.
You would think-
McGregor, if McGregor gets,
Bro,
he's gonna end up
McGregor-
fighting them again.
McGregor got tore up by Khabib.
Yeah.
Tore up. It's
Yeah.
not. It was. It,
Did
like
you
he made
see
him look like a little
McGregor's
boy.
last fight?
Huh?
Did you see McGregor's last fight
No, I
against the
didn't.
Cowboy?
It was like 40 seconds.
It's
Oh,
it's
Cowboy,
Like
yeah.
14 seconds.
I did see that, but Cowboy isn't on that tier. He's
No,
not.
but McGregor is on that tier. He's gonna make his way back up there.
You think
he's gonna fight.
You think McGregor belongs up there with Khabib?
Yes.
Yeah.
He should get a rematch. Yes.
He should get a
100%.
rematch. I mean, he's been asking for it.
Right, he can't get it right away. He's gonna have to win some other fights.
I think Khabib's gonna take some time off, man. His father passed due to
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, no,
Prayers
yeah.
up for him. Yeah.
Connor's aunt did.
Did she?
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. When do you guys see stuff getting back to normal? I saw a clip today on Twitter. They were sending kids to school. Actually, I don't know why.
Where?
I don't know. I saw it on Twitter. There were kids with
I don't know
with
where
masks
that is
on.
either.
Huh?
I don't know where that is either.
I don't know. I saw it. There was kids with masks on
Who's
getting.
going to school in July?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I don't. That's
I have no idea. But it was a. So what? I know it had to be now. Where else? When else would they be wearing masks? Last year?
Yeah, but why would they be going to school
Well,
right
a lot
now?
of a lot
I
of
have no
countries
idea.
a lot of countries practice herd immunity.
Oh, there other schools or other nations are in.
No,
are
it looked like
school.
America.
Nah, because they did some. They actually did some studies in different countries. Sweden did a study.
I wish I
Iceland
could
did a
pull up
study.
I wish I could pull up the
I think
Twitter
it was
clip.
Switzerland
Might have been
that
Switzerland
did
too.
the herd immunity, where well, herd immunity is basically everybody gets it. Like you don't close nothing, nothing changes, and everybody gets it, and their immune system builds an immunity to
Right.
whatever. And I think they're thriving. I don't think anything's closed. Their
Yeah.
deaths are down to
Yeah, but they're also a really small country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, people are people. I think I think we would benefit more from that
From what?
if we did
No.
that off the rip.
What?
The herd immunity.
No.
I do.
What to?
We did that off the rip.
H1N1 was worse than this.
No.
No,
No,
it
no,
wasn't,
no,
bro.
no, no.
Sym-
We would've-
symptomatic wise and what it does to your body, it was worse than COVID.
But this
What-
has
what
a
is
high,
it?
extremely higher fatality rate.
What is each
Because
one?
we're treating it
Mm.
like it's gonna kill everybody.
Doesn't
When,
it
when
cause
It
somebody,
could.
when somebody sits in the house for
Not
4 months
everybody.
and doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't matter if it's a cold or if it's COVID. You're gonna get hurt. Like
No,
it's gonna hurt.
I don't
you.
think anybody. I don't think anybody's sheltered, like literally shelter themselves, like as if we were in an apocalypse.
Well, I'm just saying you wear gloves, you wash your hands and everything. That's the way you introduce new bacteria, new viruses, and new everything into your body to build an immunity to it. That's why everybody's getting so sick from everything now,
Mm-hmm.
because we're touching stuff and we're hand sanitizer, washing our hands and stuff. That you're just hurting yourself, and
I don't
especially if
think
you
so.
put hand sanitizer
I'm
on.
gonna
don't-
defer to the expert, Christian, since he is taking majoring in nursing.
That and I was scared of this.
I
at
mean,
the
you
beginning.
actually you do want to build your immune system up.
Yeah.
Of course, but that's the problem. Not everybody has that strong immune system. That's why that there's a microscope on this for the elders. I don't really care. Like
And you al-
personally, I don't want the virus, but I'm not so much worried for myself as I am my dad, who's in his 50s,
Yeah.
or my aunts, uncles that are elder. That's my main concern.
I'll tell you a little thing that I don't think anybody realizes. When you get tested, no matter if you're positive or nothing, before you even get your results, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days. After that's up, you have to get tested again if you're positive. Those two tests count as different people, different
Hmm.
cases.
Why would that? Why would it count as different cases?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So you get tested 3 or 4 times, that's 4 different people. That's 4 different tests.
Mike, can you look up if this is a fact?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fact. Where
And
you
there
get
was
this from?
also the 2 nurses, 2 or 4 nurses, I don't remember. I think in Alabama, that sent off blank
Alabama.
tests. I forgot where it's from actually. Sent off blank tests and they came back positive.
I think Florida, right?
Might have been.
Yeah.
They got
Send
fired.
out Blank test.
They got fired. Yeah,
Why? Because they exposed something.
falsifying information or something.
Wait, that was actually a thing?
Yeah,
It, I,
it was a big thing.
I don't know. I don't remember like if they got fired or not, but I think it was like a 100. They had like 100% accuracy. Like they said, 100% of tests were positive, something like that. It was inaccurate.
100% tests were positive.
And
Yeah.
I'm saying this now. I don't know everything, so if I'm
Right,
wrong,
right, right.
if I'm wrong, my apologies.
Right.
But there was also multiple people who have passed away from other things.
Right. No.
Like if I get in a car accident right now, go to the hospital, and I die in the hospital, and I contract COVID from one of the rooms, I died from COVID.
Right.
There's a lot of instances like that. And
Well, I mean,
that goes.
I could see why they would say that. I mean, like, what if you could have made it, but then COVID attacked your system?
No, like I'm talking like dead body, COVID.
Yeah,
You think so?
that's been
Yeah.
that
Or
has
is
been
that-
reported.
Mm-hmm.
But is that a fact, or are we just like coming up with the hypotheticals
No,
right
that's
now?
It's not a
that's
hypothetical.
it's
Are we
fact.
sure?
100%.
I did read somewhere though that it was somewhere on Twitter, so I don't know how true it is, but that if you go to a hospital and you had a heart attack or something, you were dying, and they didn't have enough beds due to COVID, that they marked that up as a COVID death. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how accurate that is, but I did read that.
That, and there's a lot of antibodies that are built up from common colds and stuff like that can trigger the COVID test. I think a lot of the problem is that the COVID tests aren't really, I don't want to say like refined in that sense.
Mm.
Like they're not as accurate as they should be.
Right.
But
That might.
I don't know. But people that I've heard of getting the test, they said it's a pain in the ass. Like it goes up your nostrils.
one of my
and stuff.
best friends had it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
had
yeah.
COVID,
I did.
yeah.
How did she do? Did she feel any symptoms at all, or?
At the beginning, she got tested because she couldn't taste or smell anything.
Okay.
And I also had a friend from work who had it like right in the beginning.
Right.
And he was like, I just had like a mild headache and I couldn't eat or couldn't taste or smell anything. And he said, so we all got tested and I was the only one positive. And my best friend, she got tested, was positive. It weakened her immune system, but like she didn't, like, she wasn't dying.
Right.
Pretty much is
I
what
mean,
she, what she told me.
She's our age, and
Yeah,
I
was
assume
like
she's a
I
healthy
think
girl.
She's 22.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And I assume she's a healthy girl too.
Yeah, she works at the hospital.
Right.
Not here, but
BB,
near,
right?
near the beach, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Got you.
And yeah. So then she got tested 14 days later, and it came up positive again.
Right.
And she was like, I don't have any. Then she got tested like 2 days later, and it was negative.
Really? That's
Yeah.
weird. Rudy Gobert, the guy infamously known for shutting down the NBA, which is not his fault at all. He got
Not at all.
the reason that he got whatever, the reason they tarnished his name, what you would say, is because he was joking around about it. He was touching all the mics in the presser the week before. So he was making a joke about COVID, and then he happens to be the one to get it. That's the reason he was slandered. It wasn't.
He also spread it to his teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't know that. What if Donovan had it first?
We don't know that.
You don't know that.
But let's be honest. We all saw the story. He was touching everybody's bags.
Yeah.
coughing at
That's
everybody.
why he got slandered. But he said, I think it was this like a week or two ago, that he was still having problems smelling and tasting, which is interesting to me. So this COVID's still new to everybody, doctors and everything. There's new stuff coming out about it every single day. We don't know like enough about it. We know enough about it, but not to the extent of what we know about a lot of other things.
I definitely think COVID, you got to be careful for
Of
the
course.
elderly.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, but that goes with everything.
Right.
Flu.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah. I just think it's a different entity because there's no vaccine to it. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't the first coronavirus.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's like
But this is different. It's
it's a different strand
Yeah, strand.
or whatever.
It's a more dangerous one. Because I remember somebody posted that there's coronavirus on one of the bottles of.
Yeah. That and they said that animals can carry it. Animals, there was a coronavirus that lived in animals. It hurt animals.
I thought people were saying dogs were immune to the coronavirus.
I think
This
that got
one.
debunked, right? A
Debunked?
different one? Or was it a different one?
No, there was a coronavirus outbreak it was between 2003 and 2005. I don't remember where I saw that. It could be a little bit off or whatever, but there was another one of that, and then it just died off. Because just like anything, there's a new strain of flu every year, and new cold. There's new fish in the ocean that we've never seen.
Right.
Like, I just think it's just another thing, and we just gotta wait for it to pass. And I do gotta say though, everywhere in this world is going to boom when it opens up. Concerts are gonna be crazy. Cruise ships are gonna be full. The Dominican Republic's gonna be full with us.
Yes, sir.
We're going there. I just think everyone's gonna be happy.
It's just the problem is it's a matter of when. Like, when is everything going to open up? Because I feel like we're now starting to get used to, like, living with the virus.
Yeah.
Like, it's a year ago, you'd think people are crazy for walking around with masks, and now it's the norm. You see somebody without a mask, you're like, what are you doing?
It's like
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, it's weird. It really is weird.
It's kind of scary, but
It's a scary world we live in. Like, everybody's walking around with masks and gloves. Like it's insane to think about. Who would have thought we'd be here?
It's definitely something to tell my grandchildren if I get there.
Right, right,
But
for sure.
I definitely think it's going to be a positive outcome at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back to the original point. Do I think we could have handled it better? For sure. But you can put blame on Trump. You can put blame on the government. But, I mean, it's their first time as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trump's only fault is getting rid of the pandemic team. That was obviously turned out to be a mistake. But, I mean, I guess he did the best that he could at first.
Well,
I mean, he did consider it as a joke at first, wasn't
yeah,
it?
he definitely downplayed it. I mean,
Downplayed it, yeah.
A lot of the top doctors were telling them that it was going to be serious.
Yeah.
They knew what it was in China. I mean, he's definitely downplaying it.
More action definitely could have
No.
been took.
Not to like rebuttal your point, because like I know what that is. I agree, like that the doctors did tell him it was legit, but most of the doctors told him we should have opened the country back up.
Did they really?
Yeah, a lot of them, like instantly. I saw it on Facebook, a video of this doctor. He was from California, and he gave all the statistics about the mortality rate and whatever. And he said if you keep everybody inside, the day you do let them outside, they're all gonna die.
I don't think the pandemic team was fired. They were moved to a different team.
What was that?
You said the pandemic team was fired.
Yeah, that's what I've read, that he parted ways with them or whatever.
It's partially false.
Partially false?
Yeah, so he did fire the pandemic team, but I'm pretty sure he like reallocated and moved it to a different like new branch. I don't have that
Got
right
you.
off the top.
Got you.
Actually, I'm going to rebuttal that point because if you're talking about like a vast majority of doctors, they're going to tell you that we shouldn't open up. Like you're talking about like Anthony Fauci, Dr. Anthony Fauci, he's going to say don't open up. You're talking about like the top doctors.
And that's the doctor that you always see at the pressers.
He's the top doctor in the country,
Yeah.
I think, right?
I don't think you can have a top doctor.
He's like the. Whatever.
think-
Not,
I
I
don't
don't
He's
think
think
ahead of the CDC. I'm
Just a
pretty
quick,
sure.
just a quick sidebar. Did you guys see him throw out the opening pitch at the
yeah.
Nationals
I
game?
didn't see
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
The first reply to the Nationals tweet was like,
Not
it
that
was like-
not that I care, but did you see where they? Sorry to interrupt. They talked about him not wearing his mask around people after he threw the pitch.
Yeah.
I thought he wore it when he threw the pitch.
When he threw the pitch, but he took it off when he started talking to people.
Oh, did he? No, I
Yeah.
didn't see that. No, but when
No,
he
I
threw
think-
that, when he threw the pitch out, it was just a horrible pitch, one of the worst ones. And they were like, he wasn't lying when he said he didn't want anybody to catch anything. I just thought that was funny. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Me?
Yeah,
I don't
because I
remember.
cut you off. You were saying Dr. Fauci, the top doctor.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't saying like he's like the best doctor. I think he's just like the.
I think
He's a man of power.
He's the head
Yeah.
of the CDC, I
That-
think, or something like
I
that.
don't think. I think the chief of surgery or some
I
not
can't
surgery.
remember.
National Institute.
The chief of something of doctors for the whole
Yeah, I mean,
America.
if he's saying we shouldn't open up, CDC saying we shouldn't open up, WHO saying we shouldn't open up.
Well, the CDC, the head of the CDC, actually went on, I want to say, NBC or something like that, and they were all outraged. They were like, well, I think it comes hand in hand with media and everything. They were like, the media is overplaying it, like 100%. They said, if you don't want to get it, wash your hands, be safe. Like, simple as that. I don't think we need to sit in the house for 4 or 5 months and just.
That's
do
the thing.
nothing.
That's the thing with news all around, and we talked about this about a week ago, off camera or off, because we didn't even have the podcast set up. And there, you have two sides, and that's the problem. Fox News, far right. CNN, far left.
Yeah.
There's no neutral. Like, if you don't watch the news, this is a Denzel quote when people were accusing him of supporting Trump. And he was interviewed about it. He said, "If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. If you watch the news, you're misinformed. Pick your poison." Which I thought is extremely interesting, especially in this day and age, because that's so true. Because you could pull up a stat right now that says coronavirus is the same as the flu. And I could pull up an article that has the stat that says coronavirus is the worst virus ever.
Mhm.
There's just so much wrong information out there. It's hard to know what's right and what's wrong, is what's true, what's not.
It's sad. You have to inform your own self
Yeah.
Like, you have to teach yourself everything.
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
It is really sad.
It
Shouldn't be
truly
like
is.
that.
And that's the thing why they're definitely the independent party, the Green Party, whatever third party, that needs to start blowing up in these upcoming years, because we've just got a big divide, Republicans, Democrats. Another thing we talked about, people love identifying with themselves. I don't like the whole party thing. I don't think there should be parties. People love identifying themselves with something. That's why sports thrive, because people want to identify with things, their hometown. They want to identify with their hometown. They want to identify with the college they grew up or graduated from. It's set up to separate people from day one. That stuff's got to change, and I don't know when it will, but it needs to.
I don't think it needs to change.
You don't think so?
No, I think if people had enough common sense and were respectable enough in their own right, then they would respect everybody's own opinions.
Right.
And I think that's the problem a lot nowadays. Is nobody understands both sides. Nobody wants to listen. In a sense.
There's a lot of hard-headed people on each side. If you go far right, they're like,
if there
fuck the
should be, I think there kind of should be more than two parties. There is more than two parties.
there is, but they're not relevant. That's the problem.
I think you should put every candidate in the debate. I don't know why you have to get 15% to get to the debate stage. I think that's a dumb rule.
That is wild.
Yeah.
So independents should be able to get on the
Well,
debate stage.
Well, I mean, Joe Exotic ran for president, and
Did he?
He had like 10% at one point. So.
No chance. He ran for president?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, him.
Remember a few years ago, Harvard
These nuts.
These nuts.
These nuts.
That guy?
Yeah, he got.
Well,
he got
that's
like
different. That's
14,
write-in
15%.
votes. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about before. Like, you have to. Mo, you probably know. What's the qualification to get into the debate? Like, independents got to do something
I have no
in
idea.
order to get into
You're talking
the
about like the
debate.
primaries or
The debates, the
The
presidential
I
debates.
have no
That
idea.
are on TV. I don't even know who watches them.
Yeah,
I
don't know
watch
those.
them.
You watch them? I've
Yeah.
never. The only time I ever watched them was in middle school. We watched them. Mr. Bryden put them on. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
Everyone said I.
What, he put on Mitt Romney and Obama?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was so long ago.
It's insane, dude. We're growing up quick.
Like I remember when, I think it was Obama's first, like as soon as he got elected for the first time. I remember I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
In the cafeteria, they had a
Alright.
big TV.
So they need to. So in order to get on the debate stage, you need to receive 15% support in a series of opinion polls shortly before the debate. So usually they say who you gonna like. I don't know what kind of opinion polls they do, but you got to get 15% support to get on the stage. A lot of the independent candidates are you don't even know about, so they're not
Yeah.
getting 15%.
That's the they do definitely need different parties, because like me, like you, like a lot of us, we don't like Trump, we don't like Biden. We agree with some of them have good views. Both of them have some good views, some of them both of them have bad views that we don't agree with. And I think a lot of people are in that same boat.
I think it goes back to the voting system. With our current voting system, it only leads to two parties.
No.
Because why
And-
would anyone who's blue or red vote independent if it's just going to mean that?
The other one's gonna win.
Yeah.
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 Exactly. That is true.
I think I don't know if you guys ever watched CGP Grey.
No.
I don't believe so.
No, he actually made a video on like better voting systems that we could do.
They all preach that they want the younger generation to vote, and I think for that to happen, they need to somehow, some way instill for voting to happen online. And I know that can cause problems because hacking, et cetera, but I feel like there's definitely a way that you can do it. Like, there's got to be a way that you can do it. Billions and billions of dollars are being transferred, like, privately, without stuff going on. Then there's definitely a way they can do it without interference.
I don't know, that's kind of tough.
Why?
Voter fraud could be like a thing with that.
Voter fraud?
Yeah, I think that's like the main concern of that.
What do you mean?
Like, I think it was a concern of the last election. I don't know if it was real or not. I think that was actually fake. But people could like fake their votes.
How?
Stealing someone's identity.
Stealing someone's identity?
Yeah, if you vote online.
How would you steal someone's identity?
What do you mean? You never heard of stolen identity?
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. But that was my point. I'm pretty sure that like they can do it. I feel like they have the resources to create a secure website.
Maybe it's kind of tough though. anyone can get their identity
Of course,
stolen.
it's tough. I understand that stuff's easily hacked into. If the entire PlayStation and Xbox and all that stuff gets hacked into, I definitely understand that it's not an easy process.
It's a lot simpler keeping it in person.
I know, but
Younger people just gotta stop being lazy.
that's not going to change. I'm sorry.
It needs to.
Nobody's going to start like.
And honestly, the national election isn't even the big one. People don't need to focus more on a local election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The president doesn't do anything. He's just a figurehead.
Yeah. That is true.
The locals is what's going to affect us.
Yeah.
For sure. Sure.
And I mean, I think they should teach that. Like,
They should.
but I also think they should teach, like, there's levels, and
Yeah.
you got to follow the levels.
I know
like
you guys are a little bit younger, but actually, I learned about that. Like, the national election wasn't as important.
I never learned that.
Really?
We learned that there were smaller elections. I don't think it was ever emphasized that.
It wasn't pushed.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
wasn't emphasized that these people will affect your day-to-day life a lot more than the president.
You
The
guys
president affects a small percent of
You
your
guys
life.
remember Miss Miller?
Miss Miller.
Middle school?
I never had her.
I think I heard of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the first one who taught me that.
No, I never had her. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good though. Good for you.
I do got to
Yeah.
admit though, I don't really. I mean, like, I watch like debate videos because I like the atmosphere. Like, not a debate atmosphere because that kind of sounds negative, but
No. Debates are good, man.
like
Debates are healthy.
I like when it's like a healthy rebuttal or like
Right.
Yeah.
good
Right.
points on both
Right.
sides. I like that, but like,
Are you talking about
I do gotta say-
presidential debates or just like any
anything.
debates?
But
Right.
more on the lines of
Politics.
politics. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I do gotta, like, I'm not as informed as I should be
Right,
on
right.
everybody's points and topics. So I
Right.
feel like I can say whatever I want because it's
Right.
my opinions.
Right.
But I don't feel like I don't want to say deserve to say my opinion because like I haven't read enough. Like,
Right.
I'm
And
not
neither have
I'm
I.
not gonna say A is better than B if I haven't read
About
half
enough,
of
yeah.
what B's done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what a lot of people, like, a lot of people, and I'm not saying by any means that I support Trump. I really don't. Me personally, I could care less on either side. A lot of people that hate Trump, you ask them why they hate Trump, they really don't have an answer. But there's a million good reasons, but they don't know how to state them because they probably haven't even done their research. They're just following what's along. And the same thing for Biden. They'll be like, "Oh, he's old. He falls asleep in his debates." Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they don't know why they dislike a certain person. It just doesn't make sense to me. How can you dislike someone without
They're people
doing your
They're people too. I mean,
Exactly.
like, it's not like they're robots. They're
No,
not
yeah.
gonna like.
And not every sentence they're gonna say is perfect.
Yeah.
It's just not.
They're gonna stutter. They're gonna
Exactly.
mispronounce words.
Yep.
And most presidential candidates are old.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, it's not
I
like.
think Obama's one of the youngest ones that we've had. He was like
think so.
40s, right?
How old was JFK?
JFK was in his late 30s, I think. Early
He
40s.
looked very young.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be at least 35 to even run.
Really?
Mhm.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
And I think why people like Obama a lot is because he was very well spoken. Like
Yeah.
he could command a crowd. He
Now,
was
was that due to the fact of age, since he was younger?
maybe.
It may be. I mean, it may be, honestly. He
Yeah,
was really in
it-
tune with the young crowd.
That
Yeah.
is very true. But so was Bernie. Bernie had a lot of the young people loved Bernie,
You
but
know why?
nobody votes.
You know why?
I do know why. Because
know why?
he was like, legalize weed. Legalize weed.
Legalize
That's a
weed.
tactic.
Yeah,
That's-
no,
I'm
it
telling you,
is,
that's a
it is.
tactic.
College, free healthcare.
I mean, he had
I
some
don't
really
know.
good points.
I don't know. I'm very curious to. I'm gonna research that. Like, how would that be possible?
Yeah.
Free college.
He would have raised
Oh,
middle. Yeah.
Free college, I think they could
It was
pay
community college. I'm pretty sure. Free community college.
that off. Was it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
What does that do to the tax?
Well, the net cost for each person goes down. Like, you might pay more in taxes, but you pay nothing in college fees. So, like,
So the net cost
net-
goes down.
yeah, same with the healthcare.
But I mean, how does that affect people who don't want to go to college?
That's true.
That is true. But I feel like if
that's
it's
all stuff that come
that-
up in debate.
if it's free, I feel like a lot more people would go.
That's yeah.
I think it's free for a lot of community college kids anyway. Right
Yeah.
now, you can go on a seed.
That's our state.
Not
I mean,
everybody gets that.
that.
A
Well,
lot
I
of
mean,
community colleges do have that
No, but I'm saying not.
system in place.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, no. I know they do. Del Tech has that in place, but
not just in Delaware. I'm saying.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, like in Pennsylvania, they don't do that. Not on most.
I know New Jersey had. Yeah, New Jersey. You go to the
Maybe I'm wrong
local
about
community
Pennsylvania.
college for free. That's why we can't recruit baseball players from there.
I definitely
Really?
think that we need to improve our healthcare system, though.
100%.
That's for sure.
Every other first world country has it right. How do we have it wrong?
That is crazy.
You're in nursing. What do you think about that?
About what?
The healthcare system.
Universal healthcare. What do you think?
I actually wrote a paper about that. I think there's just saying that free healthcare or whatever. I think that was the argument in my paper. I was like, that's not feasible. Like, that's not possible because it costs a lot of money to provide healthcare. But I do think there should be I don't want to say, because the argument was, should A receive the same care as B? Yes. Should they be able to get 5, 6 X-rays and 3 CAT scans when they have no health insurance? If it's like life or death, yes, deal with it later. That's always how I always thought. Because I think healthcare, I think that's one of the most non-discriminatory fields ever. Because you can't be discriminatory.
Right.
Even I'm not even talking about race or religion or jail time, like convicts, ex-convicts. It's also money and stuff, and like how much you have, what kind of person. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're getting the same care. But in turn, I have to read my paper again because I researched a lot for it.
I think there's a study done that said healthcare for all would save $2 trillion over 10 years, though.
Wow.
Bernie Sanders quotes it all the
free
time.
healthcare.
Yeah,
How is that?
because there's a lot of waste in the American healthcare system. Bernie Sanders quotes it all the time. Mike, I know you've heard that one, right?
Not right off the top of my head, dude.
I definitely.
I'm curious how they would save money.
I don't know exactly how, but like there's a lot of waste in our healthcare system. They charge a lot.
Mike can look it up and get back
I mean,
to us.
Canada, UK, they all spend less per capita, meaning per person, on their healthcare, and they're private.
I feel like
they're
yeah.
they got like the public.
If there's countries, Switzerland does it too, right?
I think every first world country besides us.
That I don't know. If there's a lot of countries doing it and they're doing it successfully, then there's got to be. They're not just doing it to lose money.
They're spending less than us. We spend the most in the world per
I
capita.
just think that if I was making minimum wage, I had a kid, and that kid has a very bad disease, I should be able to take him there without having to worry about, man, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just how I feel.
I said there should be, I don't know. There's no real happy medium in it. I just think there should be a general free healthcare.
Right.
But for the more extravagant procedures and tests and stuff that costs a lot of money
Right.
to do,
Right.
I feel like there should be some sort of tier in healthcare, just like there is now, but way less harsh, if that makes any sense.
What do you think about Canada's system? Like how they have.
I haven't really researched what they've done.
What they do is if you're life-threatening stuff, they'll do for free, general stats checkups and all that. But any elective procedures, you can do that through your private.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting to.
Yeah, it sounds
But,
like it.
And elective, it's hard to tell what's elective and what's not because there's so much.
Yeah.
The first time I dove into healthcare, I couldn't talk for the first 5 minutes because there was so much that I didn't even know.
Really?
off rip.
Really?
So much, dude. It's insane.
The vocabulary is probably absurd.
It's crazy, but it's weird because it's you if that's you're real interested in that, it's you get it down pat
Right.
and you're
right.
good.
You're gonna make yourself do it.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I think this conversation's interesting because it's just like the two party things. How do you make both sides happy?
Mm-hmm.
How do you pay for it? How do you provide, good care to your citizens of your country?
Right.
I think everything has an issue and everything's flawed
Yeah.
in some way.
You're never gonna please everybody. That's
No.
just something that everybody needs to
No, but
accept.
I think in everything that is flawed, I also think there's at least one thing that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think people need to look at the good thing.
Yeah, I feel-
I don't know what
We're in a
some stuff, but
we're in a negative nuance. Everybody likes to point out the negatives and not celebrate the positives.
yep, I agree.
And I don't know, man.
Speaking of positives, you guys see the Marlins players?
Yep, that is. I read a report that they purposefully, well, not purposefully, they knew that they had positives and still played those players.
I would say that's purposefully then.
But yeah, I guess you could. I mean,
That's
that's so messed up. So messed up.
The
And
Miami-
irresponsible.
The Miami COVIDs.
they're when they get back on the field, they're gonna get beamed.
I
They're gonna
don't
get
think
Joe
so.
Kelly
You
situations
see,
again.
you see the Astros first game?
Yeah. Dude,
They
shout
They
out-
deserve it. They deserve it. And the Manfred is horrible. He's the worst commissioner out of all the major leagues. He really is, by far. How does Joe Kelly get more punishment than any of the Astros players? 8 games out of 60? That's absurd.
They said it equals to 22 over 162 games. That's
That's stupid. And it's like he's making an example of Joe Kelly so other players don't do it, but he
They're-
never made an example out of the Astros, and that's what really ticks me off. And I'm not even a regular baseball fan. You guys are, so you guys can speak on it more. But I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. You have a team that they cheated, they cheated, and they just get pretty much a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, I don't really know. Because, like, what do you do?
Do you know why
I think
he
you
got
stripped the
suspended?
title. I think you do.
Wait a second.
I think you stripped the
Do
title.
you know why Joe Kelly got suspended?
For cussing at Correa, he was like, "Nice swing, bitch," or something
Yeah,
like
they
that.
got in a fight.
yeah. The bench is.
Yeah, that's
bench
usually
is
what
clear.
happens.
Well, I
yeah.
mean, Joe Kelly was walking off, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but his role in it, so I guess he started it.
No, it was words. He didn't escalate it like all that much. It was just
was
words.
he in the brawl?
I don't remember.
Usually, if you throw somebody I don't know. I didn't see the game, so I don't know. Y'all can correct me.
I just saw clips.
If Joe Kelly threw at a player and said, "That's what you get,"
No.
what do you mean?
He said.
Did he
nice,
throw at a player?
He said
He
nice swing.
Yeah, he struck out Correa, and as he was walking off, he said, "Nice swing, bitch."
Was that it?
Yeah, that's the clip I saw, or that's at least
Yeah.
like there was a picture of him saying "bitch," and then
Yeah.
that's what it said.
I mean, it's not out of the ordinary to suspend a
Would he get
pitcher that.
suspended 22 games?
Yeah, because starters are different.
22.
He would not
he's
get
not a
suspended
starter either.
22 games, bro. Out of if it was a full season, 22 games.
Let me see that.
Yeah, that 22 is a lot.
It's
Uh,
absurd. And the
that's
biggest.
a lot, yeah.
Okay, punish him for intentionally throwing at somebody or starting the brawl, whatever. The problem that people have with it is that it's more of a discipline than the
Who
Astros
said-
got.
Who said that it was 22 games?
Someone on.
It would be 22 games out of a 162 game
yeah,
season.
It's what 8 games would equal out to.
I hear you, but he won't start. Like he's a relief pitcher, so they're not gonna pitch that many days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're only gonna pitch probably 3 of those games.
Right.
It doesn't, I mean,
regardless.
he's losing his salary for those 8 games though. Still
he?
a big deal. Yeah,
I didn't know you get suspended without pay. I did not know that.
I think that's every league.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like Manfred's health handled situations wrong this whole past year.
You get-
Imagine being a worse commissioner than Roger Goodell.
That is,
How do you
yeah,
do that?
that's hard to do, man. The guy that literally gets booed at the biggest draft of the year every time. He got booed virtually.
So he threw the fastball behind Bregman.
Mm-hmm.
He threw 4 pitches high to the Astros first baseman. Like he was throwing at everybody apparently. So I think that.
And I
has to
mean, we
play a
knew this
factor.
going into the season. This
You
was
still
going to happen
can't.
to the Astros.
You can't do
You
it.
can't
though.
do it, yeah. Whatever. You can't
Right.
do it. Manfred should have handled it so the players wouldn't feel like they have to.
Players will
What do
handle
you,
it either
you
way.
can't suspend the whole team.
No.
You can do something to hurt them, though.
You take away their stars for the year.
I mean, That
Judge
would
got
hurt-
robbed.
That would hurt
Judge
baseball.
got robbed of an MVP. The Dodgers got robbed of a title.
You still can't suspend the whole team, especially their stars.
You can do. I wouldn't. Yeah, you can't suspend the whole
Like
team,
the-
but you can
That's like,
definitely.
so if the Lakers do something, would you suspend their whole team for it?
If the Lakers did something, I don't know.
Like that bad.
All
Say
right.
the Lakers did something.
If
that
they
bad.
cheated, I feel like
you
Silver.
you think they would suspend LeBron James for a whole season or whatever?
No.
Or what would you do then?
I feel like Silver would figure something out. Maybe he might strip the title. He might.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Now I got a question. What if some of the players didn't want that?
Well, then why would they say
Every
silent?
player that I saw was extremely outraged.
They
No,
don't. I
I'm-
know
I'm
the
talking-
Dodgers.
I'm talking about-
Astros players.
No. I'm talking about the Astros players. What if they didn't want to cheat?
Well, they should have
And the
spoke out
team,
on
and the
it.
team did
Yeah,
anyway.
that's-
They should have spoke out on it.
Yeah, they would have said
Then that would be
them.
unfair to them that they lost the World Series title for something that someone else did.
I don't think that's unfair to them.
How?
I don't.
What's taking away the World Series title really doing though?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What's it doing?
Yeah, what is it doing?
What's it doing, bro?
Yeah.
That's literally what they dream of growing up.
That's
But
what they play for.
they still won it though.
They didn't.
And yeah, they did. Everybody knows they won it.
Well, didn't
Regardless of whether you take it away or not, we all saw it.
right?
They still won it.
But
The Dodgers don't
it's
want
tainted. It's
it. The
tainted.
Dodgers don't want it. They don't want it like that.
Obviously, they don't want it like that, but they also.
They're not gonna. I mean, I'm just saying. Everybody knows it is tainted. It's still tainted.
Yeah.
So what's taking it away gonna do? That's the point. It's still tainted regardless.
You take.
What is doing nothing gonna do?
Exactly.
Don't,
There's things you can do to hurt. Like,
taking away the trophy doesn't. They're still gonna get beamed. Like
But
that.
yeah,
I think
doesn't-
taking away the trophy does something. I think it does.
They're gonna get beamed either way, guys,
Right.
because baseball players always police themselves.
They are going to
You
get
know
beat.
that.
Yeah, they're going to get beamed either way. Yeah, I agree with that. But
Yeah,
I do think taking the trophy away does hurt the integrity or the pride of the franchise.
I think that's already taken care of.
I agree.
The pride, they still can say, we won the World Series.
No,
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
they're
they
gonna
can.
say it too.
They have the trophy probably up in their stadium right now.
Everybody in America knows that's bull crap.
Right.
It's already tarnished. Like
Yeah, it gets way more
They're
tarnished
not-
if they take it away, though.
I think it's already tarnished enough. You can see by the way other players are reacting towards them.
Other players always do that, though. I mean, no matter what. Even if you like do a bat flip, they'll beam you next at bat, right?
Or yes,
Not the
Yeah.
whole team though.
No, not the whole
What
team.
What about the MVP?
that actually would.
Shouldn't the MVP go to Judge? That's something that you can change.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't think
Who
so?
won the MVP?
Altuve, I'm pretty sure.
Altuve was already a career 300 hitter. You know he wasn't cheating the whole time.
Did you watch the Astros and Yankees game last year when he hit the walk-off? No? As soon as Chapman
I might have, but I don't.
as soon as Chapman threw that pitch and Altuve hit it out of the
I'm
park.
not saying that
he's-
he didn't cheat that season though.
Okay. No, but I'm just saying who no. This is
Go
it's,
ahead.
he's who says that don't touch my jersey, don't touch my jersey. Like that's just stupid stuff.
Yeah.
You know you're wrong and you just get a slap on the wrist for it. That's what's stopping them from doing it again. There's no punishment. Kelly getting suspended, he's like, okay, I won't do
Kelly-
that again. I want to keep playing.
Kelly didn't get suspended. He got suspended for throwing at like 4 different players or 4 different pitches. That's what he got suspended for. And then he was basically taunting them the whole game, which it's gonna happen regardless. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is gonna, and I'm not saying it's not. It's gonna happen whether they strip the title or they didn't. But I just feel like he could have done more besides a slap on the wrist.
I think their punishment is playing in the league for the rest of this year.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. The players get their own punishment. Like, they're going to give it back to them.
Yeah.
They weren't the only team doing that. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
You know the Red Sox were doing it.
I heard about that.
They-
Apparently something came out of.
There was a lot of teams, including the Yankees.
I saw something
that
come
were
out about that,
involved in
but there was no like. I just saw.
Why
it-
do you think they didn't hire Carlos Beltran? Carlos Beltran coached for the Yankees. He was a part of that whole scheme. Nothing happened to him, I don't think.
What the thing about the Yankees is it didn't have the traction as the Orioles. Why was that? Because I feel like it didn't have enough validity.
Orioles,
Astros.
Yeah, the Orioles weren't involved.
Or the Astros, my
yeah.
bad.
Have you seen the Orioles? They're garbage. Why would
Yeah.
they do that?
They ain't stealing
They
any
might need to
signs.
start trying. Maybe.
They have too much garbage. They can't hit the cans.
They
I
might
like
wanna,
the Orioles too, and that's bad.
the Orioles might want to try something at this point. But I saw the Marlins season is temporarily suspended. So I wonder how that's going to go. What are they going to make the games up or what?
Probably not. They might. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
They might just be chalked up.
Yeah, they just might be chalk.
Were they even doing good? Were they winning?
They've only played 3 games. They were winning actually.
Luckily,
They were
I
2-1,
saw.
I think.
Luckily, I heard that none of the Phillies players tested positive, which is a good sign.
Yep.
Speaking of which, the NBA, the NBA is since July 20th, or since they got in the bubble. I think it was July 20th.
I think July.
No positive cases. So
None.
the bubble's working, and once again, Adam Silver prevails. Once again.
He's a great commissioner.
Or they just say they have no cases. You know
Yeah.
how easy it is to
Oh.
lie about
I
that?
thought,
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
Zion?
they're gonna lie about that, Christian.
Hold up. Why did
Because-
Zion Williamson just come back from quarantine?
He probably
just
wasn't in
read
the
that
bubble.
somewhere.
He probably wasn't in the bubble originally. I didn't read that. I didn't see that though. But I think that's extremely impressive, and the bubble's been working thus far.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Silver continues to show that he's the best commissioner in sports.
And people have been calling for the NFL to take action and move to Hawaii, Honolulu, and do a bubble out
I
there.
think they need to just get some random town in Midwest America and just take it over.
Yeah, Roger Goodell literally just needs to buy a giant farm.
Yeah, literally. I mean,
No, seriously.
I don't know. I mean, like a small town, man. Just take it over. You know,
They could definitely do
because
it.
they don't need a whole stadium. They just need a 100-yard field.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And they could have crazy shots because there's nowhere to block a camera.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That would be crazy. Like you
Cause-
could watch a full 360 game.
I mean, I don't.
I think these are steps that should have been thought about a long time ago.
Yeah.
In the MLB, I don't think this is gonna work out. I really don't because
Well,
they're
it's different.
I think as long as you test regularly, I think it'll work.
But
Marlins
asking-
didn't do it right.
asking all
obviously.
these people, the players, the staff, all these people to travel. I think that's where it's a
Can't.
recipe for failure.
But you can't not travel for baseball.
I get it. A bubble for baseball would be hard, but as football, but I think it's doable for sure.
They both have the revenues to make a bubble work.
Yeah, they could definitely do it.
There's too many people involved. There's not
There-
as
there-
many people in the NBA
No,
as there is.
I get that. There's a
for
lot
baseball.
of people, but you're telling me they couldn't take over a small town and just take it over?
So how do you play?
And-
So say you got 4 fields. How many basketball courts?
They have, I think it's like a
That's
open gym, and they
right?
have floors next to each other or something like
Maybe
that. That's
like
what I saw a
6.
picture of. Like it's gonna be like summer league style. Like I think a couple games are
I
gonna. go
don't
on
think
at
you
the
would
same
be able to
time.
get the amount of games in. NBA is only doing the playoff, right?
No.
What are they doing?
They're
I
doing
know they're
seeding games, and then the playoffs start
Right.
after like a
It's-
week or two.
So not 60 games. Not like baseball has always been a long season.
Yeah, I
Very
get
Like
it.
it's
long
hard
season.
to get a real season in during the
think if
bubble.
the-
You can't get the games in. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if
I
you
think
do
the
a
NBA
bubble,
If the NBA was starting, the bubble would still work. Like if the season was just starting.
you wouldn't be able to get the same amount of games in. Obviously.
Well, they would shorten the season, but
Like-
even if they didn't, I think the 82 games would work in
You
the
only-
bubble.
You only can play baseball. Baseball is the longest game.
I know it
there
is. I know it is.
Right. So it's just a lot of different factors there.
There's definitely a different factor. I feel like they could get a college campus that has multiple fields or something. I don't know. They could do something. There's definitely options out there that they could do. I feel like asking everybody to travel, to the staff, all those people, it's definitely. I feel like it's a recipe for failure.
Especially when a lot of these teams travel on these commercial airliners. Like they travel with Delta or American or whatever.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
They don't have their own plane?
No. I think the only sports team that does is the Patriots.
No. Oh, okay. I got you. So
So you're
I
telling
think
me
that's the only
so
one
you-
that has their-
they don't
that has their
travel
own.
with other people though.
No, but I mean, you never know. What doesn't it stick to the service?
I think
There's,
that was disproven too.
Was it?
I don't have any sources.
Sticks
All right, but
to hair and clothing.
you're still coming into contact with American Airlines staff.
Right, but if you test everybody that's involved, like obviously they can test whenever they want to, which is weird.
Well, I mean,
At
testing.
first we didn't have enough tests, but now all the sports leagues are testing twice a day.
Joe
That's real
Rogan.
interesting.
Joe Rogan gets a test every day, plus his guest.
Does he really?
Yeah, if he
Wow.
has guests in studio, they got to test before they come in.
Wow.
I mean,
That's what
test-
money does for you, bud.
I mean,
Nah,
tests
have
take-
gotten a lot more available. Sorry.
yeah, a lot
Yeah,
more.
I do. I agree with that
take
too.
like 2 to 3 days to come back. So
I saw a lot of CVS.
I think there's different tests though, like for those guys.
Yeah, like instant reactions probably.
I think,
I think
for
they're
us,
doing-
for us, they wouldn't come back as quick.
I know CVS is doing like free testing, like drive-through. Not all locations, but most locations are
If you
doing
have
free
healthcare.
You
testing.
still need.
If
You
you have
still.
Then
You
it's
can't
free.
just go up there and get it though. You have to
Drive-through
have
window, you
symptoms.
like do it yourself.
You have to have symptoms. They're not gonna just
No, that's
give you a
not true.
test.
No.
I've never. Like I just went to the Walgreens the other day. It
That's
said
Walgreens.
you guys.
He said CVS.
That's
Yeah,
CVS.
but it's
No, CVS
No,
does it.
we know because our cousins, both of our cousins are pharmacists up in Philly, and
Yeah.
he's the manager, and he told us when it was starting up. So I don't know. That's a good thing that they're offering. It's been a pretty good episode, but I'm about ready to wrap it up. And I think the perfect topic to wrap it up is this week's sponsorship. Trojan Man. It's like nah, it's
for
like nah, it's
Nerm
like
and his
nah.
boyfriend.
Wait, what? Nerman his boyfriend?
Yeah.
Are you talking from a third person point of view now?
Oh, okay, Chris. Oh.
No, but
Really?
Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, big boy with the $500 million contract, buys a stake in the Kansas City Royals.
Why?
Well, why not? When you got $500 million, why not?
I wouldn't buy a baseball team.
Why wouldn't you?
Why would you?
I would buy a basketball
I would
team.
buy
I would buy a
any
basketball team.
professional team.
Why not?
I would.
Oh, you
Oh,
would, yeah.
any professional. Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
buy basketball. Basketball is growing really
I would buy
fast.
basketball as well.
All professional teams are gonna grow.
That's not true. Baseball.
Baseball, I feel like, is dying out.
No,
It's
the
revenue.
value of the
I'd
baseball
buy a
teams are
soccer
going
team.
up.
No, but
No,
the
they're yeah. I get
revenue's
that.
falling, isn't it?
They still signed that massive TV deal though. The team's worth is going up. Viewership and stuff is going down, but the worth of
Yeah,
the
but
team is
but
going.
that's why it's
going
eventually
up.
going to go down though because of that.
Well,
When
I'd
the-
still buy any.
Until
Protein.
until there's a TikTok trend of the MLB, and then we're back up.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
right.
I don't think a TikTok trend could help the MLB. I think
TikTok trends help everything.
Can't do TikTok.
I
if it
feel
gets
like this
banned.
shortened season is something that is really they should really consider because 162 games, you can only basically follow your local team and not even that. There's too many games going on.
Not even just 162 games. The games themselves are really long. Like I don't want to sit there for the guy to just like do this, like just put his leg up every time. I don't, need to
I don't
do
know
all
about
that.
that. I think that's just a part of the sport.
Nah, in the game, it's too long.
They're trying to cut that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're trying to get. Made intentional walks like one pitch. They're trying to cut stuff down.
That's to save pitches.
Save pitches.
No, that's just to cut the time.
Yeah, I
down.
thought it was
I
time.
thought it was to save pitches.
They got a shot clock on in between pitches.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's 20 seconds in between pitches.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
think I
didn't
did
know
see
that.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least they're trying.
Yeah.
The only rule I don't agree with is the new extra innings rule.
That's man on second.
Yeah, that's messed up, man. That's like putting a team right at the red zone in overtime.
But both teams get that.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
get that.
advantage. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
either
just-
score or you don't.
I get that. It's just I don't know. Bring
It's
the
the
guy on
short-
base.
Yeah, I mean, they've done that in the past. Like, not for MLB, but that's happened.
I think that's college rules, right?
Mm-mm.
Tyler was saying little league maybe, travel
Yeah,
ball, something like that.
Yeah, like
It was something
so
like
it's
that.
not like it's foreign. It's not like they just said, "Oh, let's try this." Man on second for both teams is a fair advantage.
Right.
It's weird, but it'll look weird for a while. But
Yeah. Are they just doing that this year because of the way things are, or is that a rule
they're
that
trying different things this year.
Okay.
They're not. They got rid of the pitcher setting, so they got a
Okay.
DH in both leagues.
they got?
Mad Bum can rake though.
Huh?
Madison Bumgarner. He hits tanks. Man.
go back to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, Royals. Thoughts?
Nice. Congrats to him.
Good luck.
Rich.
Good luck. Yeah, Richie Rich over there.
Like I'm playing.
I'm sure he didn't buy much. I think he's
Nah.
probably
No, it's
for
just
the
a small
face.
stake. He
Probably-
didn't buy the whole team.
But
Probably
he'll
the
be the
same-
face of it. You
Probably
know what
the
I
same
mean?
thing as Aaron Rodgers with the Bucks.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Aaron Rodgers with the Bucks. That is
I
very
think that
rare.
one would be better though.
I think basketball is a better sport to invest in.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I mean, any professional out of the major three or even NHL, if you buy into them. Yeah, but I don't like hockey. I think
I'm
hockey's a
telling you,
horrible
soccer-
sport.
Except football.
soccer's
Huh?
bigger than all of them.
You want to buy into the
Well, not in
NFL.
America. In the
That's
world,
hard.
yeah.
in the
but-
world, yeah.
You
Right,
can buy
but
a stake, can't you?
Did you know that the Redskins are worth $2 billion?
The who?
I know.
The Redskins.
I know it's a lot of money.
Who's that?
I wonder how much the Royals are worth. They're probably close
You know
to a
those
billion.
those dudes when we talk about the Redskins,
Who?
the minority owners that want to sell the team. You know they bought the team for like $15 million.
Yeah, that's
How
what
long
I'm
ago?
talking about.
Like 2000, I think. But
Wow.
they could sell it for like $200 million.
I know.
Like,
It's a good
probably.
investment.
Probably
NFL
more than
teams,
that.
yeah, probably more. I'm just
Yeah,
throwing
NFL
the
teams.
numbers out there.
NFL teams are
But of course, they're not known as the Redskins anymore. But that's going to get hard to adjust.
Why would
to.
you say that? You should have said the Washington football team, my friend.
Yeah, I'll say it.
Come
later.
on. Oh yeah. that was real creative of them. I'd hate to be a fan of that team.
Why did LeBron have to say something? His son's name is LeBron James Jr.
Yeah, bro. I thought that was the official Redskins. I thought that was the official Redskins Twitter site.
You
Because
understand?
LeBron
Funny tweet.
tweeted like, "Oh wow, really? It took
Yeah.
that long or something like that." And then
That's a funny
the
tweet.
the Redskins fan page,
The SB
and they
Nation page.
yeah,
Kevin
SB
Durant.
Nation, and they had a verified check. So I thought it was actually the Redskins. They were like, "Your son's name is literally LeBron James Jr."
I don't get why LeBron's jumping in on that.
That's pretty funny though.
LeBron
I think
jumps
it's
in
just
on a lot of
I
stuff.
don't know. Yeah, he does. But
Oh, what are
Kevin
you saying?
Kevin Durant chimed in.
Well, I mean, that's because he's a Washington fan.
yeah, right.
What did he say?
He just did the look. I
He-
think
like
he's
the pout
shaking
face,
my
yeah.
shaking my head emoji or something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
or like
it was something like that.
like why? Pretty much saying why are you even talking about it? And
Right.
that name is just for this year.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that forever.
I wish they would make it something crazy like the Washington Sharks or something.
That's real
Nah,
crazy.
they gotta do something that goes along with the colorway. They're not changing the color.
There's already San Jose Sharks. There's
should've
already the Golden State Warriors. They talked
That
about
doesn't mean
those two
anything.
That doesn't-
names.
yeah, that
there's,
doesn't
there's
matter.
Giants. There's two Giants. Isn't there There's two Kings. Los Angeles Kings, Sacramento Kings.
What are
That
the
doesn't
two
matter.
Giants?
San Francisco, New York.
Are you new to sports?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sure. I had to think about it.
They should do like
I don't like having this. Like that's
Yeah, I agree. I don't like it either.
like if I had a choice, I wouldn't name it after somebody else's team.
Yeah, I was gonna say Red Wings, but isn't that in hockey?
Hockey.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're
You could
gonna
do
be.
something
They're
Red
gonna
Tails,
be the
Red
Red
Tails.
Wolves.
Red Wolves. Yeah, you could do Red
That
Wolves.
would be sick.
Yeah, that would be.
They're probably. That's probably what.
That's
they're
what I'm
gonna do.
saying. I think.
They're
Moving-
changing. They're changing the logo too, right?
Yeah, of course. They have
Yeah,
to.
they have to.
Nah,
They-
they're gonna keep the logo the same.
Moving forward, they shouldn't have moved forward with the Washington football team. That's just. I think it's
I
stupid.
think
They
there's a
should
lot.
just
I
made
think
the
it's
decision.
not just like you can't like. It's not just like there's like. There's a procedure.
They have time.
They got to get the name, whatever name they want. The guy in Washington he copyrighted all the names, so they
Trademark.
gotta or trademark. Yeah, my bad. They got to go through that procedure. Like that could take a long time.
What a
They-
genius.
It's not going to take that long.
He said he's gonna give it away for free. He's not gonna sell it to him.
Are they doing?
He just
anything-
did it so nobody else would do it. That's what he said anyway.
Are they doing anything with the Cleveland Indians?
Yeah, they're talking about changing their name too.
I don't think that's like.
I don't think
offensive,
that's-
I don't think it's
That's
named their
too
logo
offensive.
though. Their logo.
No, they're
Their
changing
logo?
the name.
yeah.
No,
Really?
they're talking about changing the name too.
Are they?
Yeah.
The Redskins, you can obviously see as to why that would be found offensive.
Yeah, I don't know about the Indians. I mean, as an Indian, are you offended about the Indians?
I'm offended. No, I'm not offended. I've just been mistaked for the wrong Indian for my whole life.
Same.
Back in high school, they were like, "So, at home, do you like run around with arrows and shit?"
Who asked you that?
When I was a kid, I would get that all the time. You never got that?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Or I would get this is the best one.
Do
They're
you
like,
sleep in a teepee?
No, this is the one I would always get. So, which Indian are you? Are you like the
I got that.
Indian or the dot head Indian?
Yeah, that's the one
that's
I
the
would
one I
have.
got a lot.
That's the one Anonymous Mike asked me when I first met him.
That's a
Oh,
lie.
anonymous Mike. All right.
Well,
I feel like this was a really good episode. I enjoyed myself. I think we had a lot of good conversations. We apologize if we were cutting off each other. We're getting better as each episode goes on. Any closing thoughts?
Next.
You just gotta hit
Oh, he-
those notes. No, there's no closing thoughts. I think this was a fantastic
fun episode.
fantastic episode.
Yeah.
Anonymous Mike, next episode is gonna have a camera. This is gonna be pretty sick.
I have
Yeah.
a camera now.
We'll see.
You guys might want to close
now,
your eyes.
The camera now, though, it can't pick up his head. It's just like
Too
It's
big.
too big, man. It's like Megamind times 2.
yeah.
It's just hard. It's
Aliens versus monsters.
Oh man, how about you, Mo? Any closing thoughts?
No,
All right.
I'm lying. I think Mike Tyson's gonna win it.
Mike Tyson's
Mike
gonna win
Tyson.
it. Shout out Patrick Mahomes. We covered a lot of good topics. We're gonna go home, do more research, come back with an even more fire episode next week.
So
We-
fire.